Now we're at the point where we're Pat McGrath wannabe and we're just repetitive. And I'm just going to save my money for the better indie brands. Hi y'all. Welcome to today's video. Welcome to my Chanel. Hi, I'm Fash. This is Sally. Y'all, today I am ranking my Natasha Denona palettes. If you're curious where I'm going to rank these and what place I'm going to put them in, keep watching. On this channel, we create beauty one palette at a time. Grab your brushes, grab your palettes. Let's get into it. Okay, these are all the big eyeshadow palettes that I own of Natasha Denona. These are not considered the 5-pan ones or the minis, but these are all the ones I own. And I haven't picked up the last two just because, well, I kind of fell out of love with her formula. When you got Cosmic Brushes and Nomad Cosmetics and Bella Beauty Bar and Inslee Ring, when you've got all the indie brands that top this formula 100-fold, it just kind of goes to the wayside. So let's just get into it. I put these two together. So these are last, and these are the blush and the contour palettes. These look like. The top is the blush, the bottom is the bronzer contour. Don't like the formula. Didn't like them when I first got them. So yeah, they hardly have been used. And they're coming in last. And again, two palettes. I put these together as well because these are the face palette. The face glam palettes. One is like darker, one's lighter. I don't mind the eyeshadow, but I don't want my face products in with my eyeshadow products. So yeah, that's where those are ranked. And then we have this one. When I tell you how much I was disappointed when I got this palette, I don't think I could put into words. The formula, the payoff, no, this doesn't have it. This face palette, just because I like the eyeshadow combination better than I like the other two face palettes, this one I rank higher, but I am so glad that these are now like in a 5-pan eyeshadow palette and not with the blusher highlight. So yeah, this is in the bottom as well. And then we have Lila. Lila is in the leather case. This is in her old formula, although I like her old formula better than I like her new formula. I do like this color story. I'm just not drawn to it. I don't use it that often, so that's why it's ranked here. The pastel palette, that's what this looks like on the inside. The color that is in the pan does not come across your eyes like that. You have to build and build and build and build and build. When I tell you that I am spoiled, that we all are spoiled with indie brands like Cosmic Brushes or Cosmic Beauty, Bella Beauty Bar, Blend Bunny, Wicked Widow. Natasha Denona needs to catch up. And then this next one is the Retro Glam palette. And in my opinion, this is the like companion palette or the darker side of the pastel palette. So you have the cool and you have the warm. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Now we have the Yucca palette. When I tell you that when this came out, I was super excited about it until I actually got it in my hands. I mean, baby poo green on my eyeballs is not flattering for me. This is not my color story. That is not for me. Yeah, but it's here. Now we have the Zendo palette, and the reason why this is ranked so low is because I ranked another palette that's similar to this one higher. But this is where I ranked the Zendo palette. It's okay, but you have very little true mattes in this palette. Almost every shade in this palette for me goes on patchy. This is one of the original formulas as well because it's in a leather case, but this is the Sunset palette. I liked the formula. Like I said, I like the old formula better than I like her new formula. This yellow down here, fabulous. This pink, great. Red, great. I just don't reach for this color story. Then we have the Sunrise palette, which is this one. And this is my theory, which I could be wrong, but it's my opinion. whichever one she came out with first, I don't know, sunrise or sunset, what she couldn't fit in the first palette, she put in the second and just flipped the time of day. Yep. Now this is the bronze palette, and this is ranked here, and this is what I mean by the Zendo. I like this palette better than I like the Zendo palette. I like the color story. I mean, you could use these two as liners. The payoff is better, but still not the old formula. And then we have the golden palette, which is this. And this is where things started to turn around with me and the brand. Because after golden, then we had I Need a Warm and I Need a Nude and My Dream palette. We had all of those. Really? Like you couldn't, you know, I think it was just leftover after leftover after leftover in my opinion. This is I Need a Warm palette, i.e. refer back to what I said prior. Same color story, just a different palette cover. And this is My Dream palette. This is what this looks like on the inside. This reminded me a lot of the Retro or the Love palette, but here we are. I just, you know, here we are. Okay, y'all, here's the Love palette, which a lot of people think that the Retro palette is similar. I would have to agree, but I ranked this higher because these two shades right here, this shade and these two shades, I like a lot. This center shade I like a lot, but still, you don't have the payoff like you do the other indie brands. I Need a Nude palette. Here we go. I just, same-o, same story, maybe in a lighter shade. A lot of people liked this palette. I do too, if I just want to do all neutrals all the time. But I feel there is a palette in here that I like better for all neutrals. And this one doesn't match up with it. Then we have the Zenin palette, which is this one. And this is so frustrating because almost every gray, let me just say, I have very few grays in my collection that don't pull blue on my eyes. And this, every single shade of gray, pull blue. The black turns gray. Where's the pigment? The last four are super hard for me. Super hard for me. But I just place them in by color story, then which one I like the most. Just so you know. So then we have Biba palette. Y'all, I love this. This one is, you know, if you look, it's quite a bit bigger than her, you know, mini palettes. This was the original size. I love this palette. And when I say neutral palette, better quality, this one. And like I said, I'm placing these just per color story at this point than formula, because Natasha Denona has become Pat McGrath. She's just being repetitive at this point, except for Roxa. Roxa is a little bit different than Lila. Here is Lila. If I had to like which one better, I would like Lila better than Roxa because this is the original formula and it's better than her new formula. But this is ranked higher just because some of these shades in here, like this shade is super pretty, this shade's super pretty. It's just strictly color story. Then we have the Retro palette. Like I said, similar to the Love palette, but I like this one. It's darker. I like the payoff in this. What is in the pan truly comes across your eyes that way. And I was shocked. My favorite palette by Natasha Denona. Drumroll please, Sally. No? Okay, anyway. It would be the Glam palette. And this is why I said neutral. If I'm reaching for a neutral in Natasha Denona's formula, it's going to be the Glam palette or it's going to be the Biba palette. These two I love so much. And I like these two better even than My Dream palette. But I think the My Dream palette was leftovers from Glam. But what do I know? Y'all, I'm just an old lady on the internet that has a stuffed Sally and talks to a camera. I don't know nothing. But that's just my opinion. Do you guys have these palettes? Do you feel the same? Now we're at the point where we're Pat McGrath wannabe and we're just repetitive. And I'm just going to save my money for the better indie brands. Just saying. Like, subscribe, share, click that notification bell down there. It should let you know next time I upload. I hope you guys are having an awesome, amazing day. Sally and I will see you in our next video. Toodles.